What's up, guys? Rapid Fire Scarf is honestly an amazing item, so let's talk about which Pokemon it actually can be useful on. First off, what does Rapid Fire Scarf do? It gives us, after 3 basic attacks, 30% attack speed, while also giving us 9% base attack speed. Attack speed in Unite is always a bit weird though. You always have to reach a certain amount of threshold to reach a new tier of attack speed, let's say it like that. So sometimes giving more attack speed will actually not increase your attack speed, but 30% is so much that almost every Pokemon gains attack speed out of it, right? 30% is quite a lot. So let's just go over some Pokemon where it's going to be pretty good on. Right here we have a spreadsheet, and we have for every single Pokemon you can see down here, someone made all the calculations for every single Pokemon that is currently in Unite, and we have a lot of options we can do. So this is Absol and Mime. I wouldn't recommend it on those two Pokemon, but just as an example, this is Absol and Mime's attack speed. So if we put on right here, we put 9 in for the base attack speed, you can already see it changes quite a lot, right? This is 0. If you have Muscle Band or no Muscle Band, you just put in 9 attack speed, it goes towards here. And then if we activate our Rapid Fire Scarf, we get to 39, and you can see our attack speed gets increased by a lot, our base. It's now at 40 frames per second. If we have no Rapid Fire Scarf on, it's at 56 and 52. So a big change just on this alone. But obviously Absol is more about, bursting someone down than attack speed. Someone like Aegislash, it could be pretty good on as well. Let's say we have Rapid Fire Scarf on. You can see probably always run Muscle Band, which we are at 40, right? So if we put it on, we're now at 32 frames on per attack. And if we also get our temporary attack speed in, we are now at 28. If you don't have Rapid Fire Scarf on, it's at 36. But Aegislash is a Pokemon where you probably already auto-attack 3 or 4 times before it even activates. So I don't think it's too good on this Pokemon, right? Because you kind of build up your boost auto-attacks with like a White Guard, and then you Sacred Sword, you auto-attack 3 times, right, with your boost auto-attacks. And then the Rapid Fire Scarf activates, so it's a bit weird. I for sure will give it a try and see if I can actually play around it. But it's something, I don't know if it makes sense to play on Aegislash. Azumarill is an interesting Pokemon, because Azumarill's Aqua Tail actually activates. Or it attack speed matters for Aqua Tail. So if we, but it's the same as Aegislash, so it's quite awkward. You can see the numbers go up by quite a lot if you don't have Rapid Fire Scarf compared to Rapid Fire Scarf. Even if you don't run attack speed emblems right here, you can see it's a huge difference, right? It's a lot more frames we get, or frames per attack. And it's the same thing as Aegislash. So we use our Aqua Tail 3 times, and then our Rapid Fire Scarf activates, and then Aqua Tail is still a bit on cooldown. But that's probably based off playing around it, right? If you can just auto-attack like twice or something, or 3 times before using your Aqua Tail, or use Aqua Tail, and late game you have enough cooldown reduction where your next Aqua Tail is up, it auto-attacks very fast. I know if I can recommend it on Azumarill, but I for sure will give it a try as well. So something that is actually very good on is Mamoswine. I think Mamoswine with Rapid Fire Scarf is going to be pretty good. So right now we can see if we run Muscle Band, we have 52 until level 9 and 48 frames per attack from 10 to 15. If you also run Red Emblems, it's even a bit more. Or we put a 9% attack speed, still almost the same, but a bit better, and then we put on the 39, and you will see it goes up by a decent amount. So if we have Muscle Band, we have 40 frames, and over 12, 36. If we have 7 Red Emblems together, I don't know if this is worth it necessarily for these few levels of more attack speed, but just look at also if you don't run any attack speed items. This is the base right here on the left. If you look at this, right, if we have no Rapid Fire Scarf, we have 56 frames per second early game, and if our Rapid Fire Scarf activates, we have 44 to 40. And honestly, it sounds quite insane for the early game, right? Which means a lot more boosted auto attacks, a lot of more damage, and a lot of more, stunning your opponents with your boosted auto attacks. So Mamoswine could be a huge Pokemon for this new item. Like, it's such a massive difference, right? It's just, it makes your early game so strong. It's like such a strong early game item. Just for level 1 fighting. If you just go in level 3, right, onto your opponent, and your Rapid Fire Scarf activates after auto attacks, your damage is increased by an insane amount. So Mamoswine, great hero with the Rapid Fire Scarf. Of course, you played on a tank. I'm not sure what other items you want to go with it. Again, you could go Muscle Band as well, and start on 40, or you just go 7 Red Emblems as well. I mean, 7 Red Emblems and Muscle Band are the same attack speed. So, but then you have to go Red 7 Emblems, which means you might have a bit harder time getting your tank emblems done, right? You might be much squishier. And Muscle Band has a great passive, right? So you could like run Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and attack rate, but that sounds very greedy as well. But you can then get away also with tank emblems. Or you could run 7 Red Emblems, or even Master and Red Emblems, and then maybe go some tankier items. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to figure out. And I for sure want to give this a try right here, because it looks absolutely like, it looks like an insane difference, right? Even just without Master Band. You can see we go from 52, we activate our Rapid Scarf on like level 3, and we go to 40 frames per second. I'm not sure how much damage it actually increases, but it looks like a lot, right? Then we have next Eldegoss. Eldegoss is also a very interesting Pokemon with this. Eldegoss normally does run Master Band, right? Because Master Band on Eldegoss is very strong, you auto-attack a lot. So we put a 9. Even just with the base Rapid Fire Scarf without activating it, we go into a next attack speed bracket, and then we activate Rapid Fire Scarf, and you can see our attack speed increases by a lot. If we go 7 Red Emblems, after level 9 we also have more attack speed. I'm not sure if that's worth it, but might be worth a try. And then also if we run X-Attack, which some Eldegoss players do, right? With 7 Red Emblems, we have a permanent 32 frames per second. So, and without Rapid Fire Scarf, it's at 44 to 40. Rapid Fire Scarf activated, 32. So that's also a big difference, or big upgrade. Makes your early game much, much better, right? You auto-attack a lot, and you just chunk your opponents to just incredibly low amounts of HP just by auto-attacking. So quite neat. Eldegoss, it might be something to consider this item on as well. Charizard, don't make this mistake. Charizard cannot gain attack speed. A lot of people don't know that. Charizard does not gain a single amount of attack speed. He always has the same amount of attack speed. Doesn't matter what you do. So why do you run Muscle Band? Because Muscle Band works on his auto-attacks way too well as well still. There's something, a misconception. Muscle Band is not only played for attack speed. Muscle Band is played for the passive attacks, right? And the passive of Muscle Band is just super, super good. It does so much damage across the entire game. It helps you take down Rayquaza, it helps you take down Reggies, it helps you take down tanky opponents. It's never just played for the attack speed. Right, next, Cinderace. Cinderace is obviously a Pokemon we want to look at, right? So first off, let's turn everything off right here. I'm going to put it into 0. And these are the attack speed values. We put it into 9. And we can see our early game already increases by a decent amount. And then we put it to 39. And our attack speed does get increased a bit. I don't think it makes that big of a difference, but because Cinderace already has a lot of attack speed, so we pretty much just gain like 4 frames per attack on most levels. Actually, no, the early game is quite insane though. Like, look at this, right? Level 5, let's say we have a level 5 gig happening. We have 36 frames per second, or per attack, I'm sorry, on level 5, right? Without Rapid Fire Scarf, we have 48. So it's an insane early game power spike. I think late game this item is not going to matter too much. You can see it, we barely get anything. But early game, it's kind of crazy. Now let's look if we activate Blaze Kick. Now Blaze Kick is activated. Of course, Blaze Kick Plus is only down here. So we have to look at this row right here. And yeah, we pretty much cap out at 20. 20 is the highest attack speed I think we can go into. No, we can actually get 16 even. Okay, we can actually get 16 with our Unite buff. But yeah. So if we activate Blaze Kick, you can see late game, we still get more attack speed in general, so it could be worth running on Cinderace as well. I mean, what else? You can just run Muscle Band, Scope Lens, and you can run Rapid Fire Scarf, right? It could just be the third item. I don't think Rapid Fire Scarf is ever going to replace Muscle Band in any build, but it's going to be a good third item for a lot of Pokemon that will just want an early game power boost, because you can see the early game is so much different having Rapid Fire Scarf and having no Rapid Fire Scarf, right? It's a huge damage increase just in early game and mid game. So it boosts Pokemon right here by a lot, and late game it still does a good amount as well. Cramorant, completely useless with attack speed. His auto-attacks do no damage, except for diving and boost auto-attacking, right? It's the only thing you do, so it's really unnecessary. Next one that's interesting is Ninetales, right? Ninetales is also very interesting. So this is Ninetales stats on attack speed. We normally run Muscle Band, right? If we play Aurora Bay, we play Muscle Band. This is what it looks like. Then we go to 9. We already get more attack speed. We go to 39. We activate our Rapid Fire Scarf. And we go to 40 frames per second. And our Veil also gives us attack speed, so let's activate this. And you can see after level 6, we have a permanent 36 attack speed then, if we activate our Aurora. So that sounds pretty good as well. If we have 7 red emblems, we go to the 32 bracket at level 11, which I think is okay. I'm not sure if it's needed. It's already a lot of attack speed. If we run X-Attack as well at the same time, then we have 32 pretty much the entire game. So if we activate our Veil and our Rapid Fire Scarf with X-Attack, our attack speed is very high. If I turn this off, you can see it's at 40 and 36. So we gain 8 frames per attack right here in this bracket. So pretty decent as well. something we can consider, but it's also quite awkward, because if you veil in and start auto-attacking, the Rapid Fire Scarf might just start attacking way too late, right? Or activate. So always maybe want to get 1 or 2 auto-attacks out before you go into your veil, and then you activate your Rapid Fire Scarf in your veil, and you start auto-attacking a lot, right? 2 more Pokemon, right here as well, very interesting, of course, are the Decidueye and Greninja. So let's look at Decidueye first. Let's turn this off. Let's go to, let's just say we have our boosted auto attack up. This is what it looks like for our boosted auto attack. This is what it looks like without our boosted auto attack. So let's go to 4. Then we put in Rapid Fire Scarf, and you can see our attack speed in mid game also gets increased a lot again. We go here from 40 to 32. Let's look at Razor Leaf. If we activate Razor Leaf, because I mean this build, or this will be played in Razor Leaf, not the Spirit Checker, right? We get 32 right here from level 7 on. If we activate Rapid Fire Scarf, 28. So it is a lot of attack speed we gain. So we get 4 frames per attack more. 7 red emblems are pretty much useless. As you can see right here, if we have 39, we pretty much just get some things 1 level earlier. So red emblems are still not really something you should be considering too much. But Rapid Fire Scarf is quite nice. If you activate X attack, which I don't think I would recommend, it doesn't even change. You can see like it caps out. Actually, no, it does still get us 4 frames more as well, but yeah. So I think on Greninja it's not too great. I don't think Greninja's gonna necessarily play it. I think Muscle Band and Scope Lens are just better damage items. And I think Greninja still wants attack rate, right, as the 3rd item. So, but for the Decidueye, if you really want to play Razor Leaf, I made a video about it earlier, you can check it out. It is good, but it's still the Decidueye. You're still just going to die and not auto-attack a lot, so we'll see. If you have protection, it's quite nice. And again, just gives us good early game. Let me turn off my boosted auto attack as well, so we can go into our boosted auto attack also much easier, right? So let's say we're level 7, we activate Razor Leaf, we have no 36, we go into our bonus attack speed, and our attack speed is much increased. So, short item you can consider on the Decidueye, but only with Razor Leaf. Then we have Dragonite. Dragonite could be okay with it, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. So, also our Dragon Dance also gives us a lot of attack speed already, right? So, we pretty much gain 4 frames per attack, which I mean is okay. I don't think it's necessarily something you want to have. If you don't have to, like, Dragon Dance is always on, right? That's why he already has a lot of attack speed all the time for 3 basic attacks, right? So I don't think it's necessarily something too insane. We already attack quite fast with the Pokemon anyways, so I don't think it has gonna have too big of an impact. We could try red emblems though. Like, going to this would be quite nice, I guess. Having 24 frames per attack with 7 red emblems could be worth a try. But I'm not sure. I actually can turn off Outrage as well. Maybe with Outrage it's different. Let's see. And we just gain 4 frames per attack right with Outrage. Like, Outrage I think is the build that might consider it as well. I don't know if that's worth an item slot. Our early game is pretty much... I mean, let's look at our early game. It's pretty much the same. Like, nothing too much changes on it. So I think Dragonite, it's nothing too crazy on, right? It's, yeah. Next candidate is Garchomp, of course. Garchomp is one of the Pokemon I think are going to get the most value out of this item. You can see right here, if our boosted auto attack is... Let's actually turn off our boosted auto attack because it might not even be up. That's what it looks like without our boosted auto attack. And you can already see we gain a lot of attack speed just from this alone, right? Even in early game. Just look at Gible. Like, I've tried this in laning phase, and people have died to my Gible because Rapid Fire Scarf activates early game, and you do so much more damage with it. Let's activate our boost auto attack. You can see 36. Without it, we had 48. So we gain a lot of more attack speed just early game, and we can just war our opponents over. It's very fun. If we activate Scent Attack as well, we actually have so much more attack speed too. 32 frames per second on a level 1 Gible. If we have our boosted auto attack up, Scent Attack, and we have Rapid Fire Scarf activated. So nothing can honestly fight you. It's a lot of damage, very fast. And then late game, of course, we can look at this right here. This is our attack speed. So 7 red emblems are not really necessary. We just go Muscle Band still, right? We go Muscle Band. Here we have 40 frames per second, and Rapid Fire Scarf puts us to 32. So quite nice as well. For sure, Pokemon that will gain the most out of Rapid Fire Scarf. Then we have Duraludon, which also is a Pokemon, of course, that wants to use it, right? And you can see it gives us an early game power spike as well. 44 frames on level 5. And now we get to 36. So we do get a lot more damage late game as well. And this is something as well. Let's see if Red Emblem still makes sense on this Pokemon. And as soon as we activate our Rapid Fire Scarf, red emblems don't make sense anymore. But we still get... No, actually, yeah, we don't have to run red emblems anymore on this Pokemon. I don't think so. Looking at this, I mean, we always have 9% attack speed now, right? If you have Rapid Fire Scarf on, we have 9% attack speed, which pretty much are the red emblems. If you look right here, right, the red emblems are this. If we go to 9 attack speed, our normal one is also right here. So, and if you activate Rapid Fire Scarf, we gain a lot of more attack speed. So, Rapid Fire Scarf, yes, red emblems on this Pokemon, not anymore. We just run full crit, and we just try to auto-attack, you know, and just crit with as much as we can. So, Drowladon, also a great item for Rapid Fire Scarf. 100% can recommend. You can see a huge difference in attack speed, right? And makes the Pokemon even more powerful. And do we have anything else left? We have Flay Snorlax, I guess. Trevenant, maybe. Maybe Trevenant. But Trevenant... I mean, it could be fine on Trevenant because this auto-attacks, you know that he is. So if you do auto-attack a lot, you also get current reduction. It could be fine on Trevenant. Not sure, I might have to try it out. But you do, again, you will lose a lot of tankiness because then you either can't run Cookie or you can't run Focus Blend if you play Rapid Fire Scarf, right? So you're going to be much, much squishier. Snorlax, I mean, I don't know if does Flail actually give attack speed? It could be worth a try and Flail. Then as well again, you have to auto-take 3 times and your opponent's already gone before Rapid Fire Scarf might even activate, right? You have to always think about it. 3 auto-takes or Rapid Fire Scarf doesn't activate. So on certain Pokemon, it would just not be too valuable, right? Sarina is an interesting Pokemon as well. What we have here, if we go to Sarina, obviously, you know, attack speed can be quite a lot. So we have 28 right here. And honestly, it could be pretty good on Sarina. We do get much attack speed much earlier. Oh, we have Triple X on. Let's see without Triple XL. Sorry. This is right, Sarina's attack speed with Muscle Band, which we normally don't play. So let's go for this. And if we play Triple X, we play Muscle Band. So this right here is Stomp It. Let's say we play Stomp, right? We have this right here. We go to 9. We have a bit more attack speed, and we go over here. And you can see our attack speed does increase by a lot. It's very important from level 6 on, right? So let's look at level 6. We gain a lot of more frames per second, like a lot. So that could also be honestly something we could try and consider trying out is the Rapid Fire Scarf Sarina. Venusaur, I mean, doesn't really make too much sense. Zora, it could be a fine Zora item. Only problem is he already attacks quite fast, right? If you have Wood Switch on right now, you can see he attack quite a lot if you play Wood Switch. And it pretty much just gives us 4 more frames per second, which I don't think it matters too much. If you look at this, I mean, it could be fine, right? If you activate it, I guess our early game is also just going to be absolutely insane. You might just be able to kill people or cheese people in like level 4 with Rapid Fire Scarf. So a lot of Pokemon that you can consider playing this on. I think the biggest winners for sure are Garchomp. You know, Ninetales looks pretty good. Eldegoss. You have Decidueye. Greninja, again, not really too big of a fan. Garchomp. And Drowladon. Drowladon also obviously looks very good with this item. Hope this video was helpful, guys. And let me know in the comments which Pokemon I might have overlooked or what do you think might be the best Pokemon for Rapid Fire Scarf. See you guys in the next video. Bye!